Hello, and welcome to another update on Solana. So we'll see what happens here overnight now. What we see a first reaction to the blue target area there between $129 and $109. I think in the previous video we said that this internal fourth wave could now bottom at any time. The very first resistance area is this one. We're going to zoom in a minute and take a look at what alternatives could be. But for now, the pathway lower is still A, B, C in wave W, probably bottomed, X wave up, topped, and the Y wave down, unfolding now. And in this Y wave, we have an A wave, we have a B wave, and the C wave is likely unfolding now. C wave is always a 5-wave move, so we need to be able to identify somehow 5 waves in this decline. We haven't got 5 waves yet, okay? At least not ideally 5 waves, so maybe another low. But bear in mind, the microstructures aren't so important. The levels are more important, and we've already reached the ideal target zone, which is labeled here in blue or highlighted in blue. How did we come up with that one? Well, we did that together in one of the videos. It is the length of the wave W compared with the length of the Y wave, and this is an ideal target area, which is more narrowed down, more precise than the larger degree orange support zone, which is basically just the standard FIB support zone. But the microstructures have an impact on how, or let's say where ideal targets are, and you can see it is kind of narrowed down a little bit. Now, looking at the nanostructures, then let us zoom in a little bit. So we can say that in this decline here, this is likely a C wave down that's unfolding. Okay, no surprise, we talked about that. And this should be a 5-wave move. Wave 1, wave 2. And now this is where it's getting a bit messy. So it could be an A, B, C wave, but microstructure isn't super clear. It's certainly long enough, but honestly, if we measure that, it might still extend a little further, that third wave, but it depends even how I count this 1, 2. I could put the 1, 2 here. So it's getting a little messy. Okay, it's getting a little messy. The first resistance area based on this wave count is this one between $134.87 and $140. So we'll see if the market gets there. We're probably going to get there based on what I can see here. And it ideally would unfold as an ABC structure. Now, again, this is now where we're really in the realm of micro counting. I'm not very convinced by this microstructure. I'm not too convinced. It could very well be that the 1-2 setup is up here. Then this would shift the resistance area a little higher, you know. But we'll keep it where it is for now. See what happens overnight. What I can tell you is that a break above $140, we get that because that's the top of the resistance area. It doesn't mean the yellow count is invalidated. It just means that in this diagonal pattern to the downside, which we're tracking, the fourth wave is a little higher than what it ideally should be, which means that other scenarios become more likely. The next key level that we would then need to focus on is, well, this swing high, not so relevant, located at 142.80. And then in my view, the more relevant level is this swing high at $148.80, which would need to be broken by the bulls. So there are 2 more levels to break if we break above the first resistance area. And yeah, I mean, above them, it starts to then slowly become more likely that a low has already formed. But as you can see, the reaction to the target area is quite small. I think one more low would still look best. Also, Bitcoin has, at least from what I can see, has not completed the overall correction yet. But we'll keep an open mind. We are now in an area from where an upside reversal can be attempted. We, for example, also take a look at the daily charts and look at some indicators like, for example, the RSI. We're nearly oversold. I mean, last time we were in that kind of oversold. It's not oversold yet, but last time was in March 25. Yeah, we then formed one more low, but then also recovered quite nicely. So as on the Bitcoin chart, you know, an oversold reading on the daily RSI can be quite an interesting signal. And we might get oversold if we get that one more low there, maybe into the region around $121 to $117. That's the update on Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, feel free to join us on X, where you can find additional bonus updates, discussions. You can ask questions and much more. There are also some news articles and yeah, some additional charts. And yeah, check it out if you're interested. The link is in the description. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.